Hello race fans, the NNSCRA Caterpillar ARCA series is back here, and this is going to be round number 11 out of 15. The season is slowly drawing to a close as we are here live from Chicagoland. Now, after a pretty intense race last week at Thornton, and I had a huge epic fail where there was no commentary, we had a couple of drivers fall off the turn of death, and we had Anthony McCrury come out on top. That put him up tied with 16th in points, Skye Commons, who's starting this race from the 4th position. On the front row, we have Lyndon Wright and Ian Dutta, both drivers still looking to get their first wins of the season. On the third row, we have R Angel Navarro and Pichu London. Pichu London, he's going to try to look to get his second win of the season. Seth Cole, he's going to be looking to redeem himself as he's going to start this field from third. What's going to happen? We're going to find out as we're about to have those famous words.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Get our rhythm. Get ready to rock and roll today. It's a long race. There will be a lot of pit stops. So just go out there, do what you got to do. No mistakes. That's the big thing today. Just no mistakes.
Well, the cars are rolling off the field, but for some reason, Jonny Gardner, he went to pit road and taking 2 right side tires. Well, 4 tires now. But anyway, here's the starting lineup for round number 11. Now to see at the starting lineup, it looks like that Jonny Gardner will have to start from the rear of the field, but it looks like he'll be able to catch up with the pack. As they're now rounding out of turns 3 and 4, he will start on time as Lyndon Wright, Ian Dutta, Seth Cole, and Skye Commons. There are top 4 as the pace car is making its way onto pit road. What's going to happen here? We're in for a long one today. 41 laps as the green flag is out here at Chicagoland. And oh man, we got a car back there in the wall, and it's Shawn Harple. Oh boy, I don't know. He may have a right side going down on that 44. Heading back to the front, it's still all about Lyndon Wright, but here comes Seth Cole battling up on the inside. And it looks like that Lyndon Wright, he'll lead the first lap. Like I said, this is a pretty long one here today, but Shawn Harple, oh man, he lost a lot of ground on the rest of the cars. He scraped the wall in turns 1 and 2. Fade back here, and oh man, oh boy, contact, we got some trouble. Oh man, Dillon Young just spun out, and oh man, James Qualls, he just slammed the 77, and Noah Boggs, oh man, he's stuck behind the 77. Oh man, Dillon Young, he's the one that spun out, and oh man, that'll bring out our first caution of the day. Oh man, that did not take long. I saw some contact in the back straightaway between Dillon Young and one other car. I couldn't tell who it was, but the leader coming to the line was Ian Dutta. Second was Seth Cole. Third was R Angel Navarro. Fourth was Lyndon Wright, and fifth was R Ty Naughton. And I think we had another accident in the back. Oh man, Joshua Mudd. He has a lot of damage. And there's R Andreas Allen, who I saw go around in the back, and there's Noah Boggs in the 45. A few more cars slowing down. There's Ryan Acosta in the 60 car. Kyle Sosnoski, he's got some front end damage, and Kyle Matthews, oh man, he finished in the top 5 last week. And last week's winner Anthony McCrury, I don't see any damage on his car. And James Qualls, he's just now leaving pit road, but now he's hoodless. but maybe he might be at the tail end of the lead lap. I don't know. Oh boy, some cars stayed out. Jonny Gardner stayed out because he took a pit stop before the race even started. Charles Jackson stayed out along with Kyle, Marco Salpietro, Cole Dalley. Points through to Kris Wascher and Seth Cole. Oh man, so we got a few guys staying out. But let's see what happened to bring our first caution of the day, as Seth Cole is our new leader. Well, here's what happened to bring our first caution, and this was the best view I could find. It turns out that Dillon Poteet and Ryan Acosta got together a little bit, and then that made Dillon Poteet come up onto Dillon Young. A little contact between the Dillons right there, and then Poteet comes down onto Andreas Allen, and that spins out to 77, but Dillon Young, he spins out in the back straightaway, and then he gives a little hit to Noah Boggs, but up ahead, Andreas Allen, he gets hit by the 52 and the 09. Let's bring that back a little bit, and then there was the contact we saw between James Qualls, as we see the 77 spinning out here. He gets spun off the nose of the 4 car and then right onto the 52, and the 09 runs into the back of the 52. Then right there, James Qualls, you see he gives a hit to the 77, and that sends him spinning right in front of the 45, and that's what blocked him. And Joshua Mudd, he had to drive down to the inside, but it doesn't end there. Joshua Mudd, he was also involved in another accident. And we're going to have to fast forward to see exactly what. And oh man, there was almost some contact between the 15 and the 25. But Joshua Mudd, he came into another accident. And oh man, Shawn Harple, he actually came into contact with Jonny Gardner. And I think the 44... Oh yeah, right there. The 44 comes in contact with Joshua Mudd right there. And then the wheels just lock up on the 8 car. He just lost it and just spun it into the wall. Jonny Gardner barely misses the 8 car. And then here comes Dillon Young into the picture. And Dillon Young just slams hard into the 8. And oh man, and that's 5th in the points. That is not what Dillon Young needed. He tried to close in on Cole Dalley and Kyle Sosnoski for the championship, but this will really hurt him now. Oh man, huge accident in the front stretch and in the back stretch at a turn 2. As we see James Qualls now on pit road, he had his hood removed, but I think he'll still be a lap down because some cars stayed out. And here we are back at Chicagoland. We're going to restart on lap number 7, and we have 2 cars who dropped out of the race. That is Joshua Mudd and Dillon Young. James Qualls, he's now 1 lap down, missing his hood after that accident. Our leader after pit stops is still Seth Cole, along with 2nd place Kris Wascher, 3rd place Cole Dalley, 4th Marco Salpietro, 5th Chris Kyle, 6th is Charles Jackson, and 7th is Jonny Gardner. Now, the first 7 cars did not pit, but these guys did. 8th place is Ian Dutta, 9th is Skye Commons, and rounding out the top 10 is Pichu London. The rest of the top 15 are R Angel Navarro, Ty Naughton, Nick Pericles, Tim Fiegel, and Michael Norman. Still plenty of races to go, but I don't know what's going to happen here. Pace car making his way back on the pit road, and Seth Cole, I don't know, he's still hanging on to that lead, and I think James Qualls is going to be slow. And oh man, yes indeed, the 25 car did not get going, and James Qualls, he's 2nd in the points, so this will really hurt him unless he gets to move up in the field like he did last week, and he's holding up the inside line as we head back to the front. It's still all about the Penske teammates trying to work together. But oh boy, just as I say that, Cole Dalley, he makes it 3 wide. And oh boy, it looks like Chris Kyle's trying to make it 4 wide now. But oh boy, Kris Wascher, oh boy, oh man, contact with the 18 and the 98, but oh man, Cole Dalley's in the grass, but where's he gonna end up? Oh man, Cole Dalley, he takes the lead, and he actually led that lap. But oh man, what a save by the 18, but I don't think he'll be penalized for that because he was forced down. Really wasn't forced. He nearly wrecked. And oh boy, we got some cars on the wall. And oh boy, boy, we got trouble there, wrecking back there. Oh, man, huge wreck out of turn 4. Huge wreck out of turn 4, and that'll bring out our second caution. Oh, man, I have no idea who was involved, but I think some cars were trying to come down pit road. But Cole Dalley is a race leader, and I have to see who was involved in that wreck. And, oh, man, Kyle, who actually newly spun out Cole Dalley on the previous lap, he's up in smoke. I'm trying to see who's out on pit road. Noah Boggs, Andreas Allen, Tim Fiegel. Oh, man, Nick Pericles, 4 dodges so far. And there's another car smoking. That's Ty Naughton in the 7. He's up in smoke. John Trollston. Oh, man, he has damage. Levi McIntire. And, oh, boy, there was a little contact between Skye Commons and Jonny Gardner. Oh, man, I wonder what was that about. Angel Navarro, he has a little bit of damage. And I think there's a little damage to Michael Norman. I don't know, but, oh, man, this just changed everything. We're going to have to check and see what happened here because something happened in turns 3 and 4. Cars, they were scraping the wall. Well, here's what happened to bring out our second caution. It looks like that a few drivers were scraping the wall. I think these are the guys that had to come down pit road. Kyle, Jonny Gardner, and Angel Navarro were scraping the wall, but then Skye Commons, he comes up right in front of the 98. Pichu London in the 94, he gets a little bit of contact, but he manages to keep going, but it doesn't end there. Once the 66 spins out in front, the 98 and the 10 try to dive down, but then he gets slammed by Tim Fiegel. Then Fiegel, he gets slammed by his own teammate Trollston in the 19. Then McIntyre, he also gets involved with the 19, and he also slides, and then it's just carnage from here. Trollston comes up right in front of Angel Navarro and Nick Pericles, and it's just a huge catastrophe here. Into turn 4, lots of cars are just coming through here, and Andreas Allen in the 77 is just deep in the inside. Ty Naughton tries to go to the extreme high side. Noah Boggs slams into the 12. That forces McIntyre up the track, and then Trollston, he didn't have anywhere to go, and I guess Ty Naughton, he couldn't see anything through the smoke, and he just slams the back of the 19. And that's going to end his day. Oh, man, I think a lot of days are going to be over here today at Chicagoland. Here we are back at Chicagoland, not even halfway, and I think we just lost about half of our field from that huge accident. Let's see, more drivers out of the race are Noah Boggs, Andreas Allen, Nick Pericles, Tim Fiegel, Kyle, Ty Naughton, John Trollston, and Levi McIntire. James Qualls, he's still one lap down, and he's trying to do what he did last week. Anyway, our leader is Ian Dutta. Second is Shawn Henley. Third is Cody Llamas. Fourth is Lyndon Wright. Fifth is Dillon Poteet. Sixth is Kyle Matthews. Seventh is last week's winner, Anthony McCrury. Eighth now is Ryan Acosta. Ninth, shockingly, is Kyle Sosnoski. Rounding out the top 10 is Adam Akers. The rest of the top 15 are Michael Norman, Cole Dalley, Seth Cole, R Kris Wascher, Charles Jackson. Well, pretty much the rest of the field now is Marco Salpietro, Pichu London, Shawn Harple, Jonny Gardner, Skye Commons, and Angel Navarro as we're heading back underway here. And oh boy, we already got a car scraping the wall back there. And oh man, it's Anthony McCrury. Oh man, something's wrong with the 31. And oh man, he just dropped from 7th all the way back to 21st, and that single turn. Oh man, I don't know what happened with the 31 there, but that's gonna make him lose a ton of speed. Heading back to the front, it's still all about Ian Dutta, but he has Shawn Henley all over his back bumper. Cody Llamas and Shawn Henley, they're trying to get in victory lane. Shawn Henley, he hasn't been in victory lane since Atlanta, and Ian Dutta hasn't won yet this season, and I believe Cody Llamas hasn't either. Cody Llamas, he's finished second. I believe that's his best finish this season. And Poteet, he's also trying to get back in victory lane. His last win came at Pocono a couple of weeks ago. And Lyndon Wright, he wants to get into victory lane this season. He had a chance to win at Pocono until he got taken out by Salpietro. But Ian Dutta right now, he's the guy in charge right now. No competition for the 13 at the moment. And Shawn Henley, he has a bumper full of his good buddy Dillon Poteet, but Cody Llamas, he's coming up in the middle lane as Lyndon Wright. He's trying to come up on the inside. And oh boy, I think he had to back out of that just a little bit as we're trying to have a small green flag run going. Kyle Matthews, he's hanging back in the 6th position. 7th is now Ryan Acosta. Now Michael Norman, he's trying to move up here. And Kris Wascher right now, the points leader. This is probably the best case scenario for the 22 right now. A few of the top runners in points have dropped out of the race. So if Kris Wascher gets another good finish here today, he'll extend his points lead even more. Right now he has a 7-point lead over James Qualls. But right now he's stuck between Michael Norman and Charles Jackson in the 20. And speaking of Charles, he's trying to make a move on the inside of the 22. He's trying to get into the top 10. Heading back to the front, Shawn Henley, he's caught back up to Ian Dutta, but he hasn't been able to make a move yet. Oh boy, he may be trying to make a move right now, but Ian Dutta, he's really trying to do some defensive driving in that 13. He's trying to represent for Toyota. I believe there's only 2 Toyotas in the top 10 right now, him and Cole Dalley. And speaking of Cole Dalley, he's gonna try to use that spectacular save he got earlier to his advantage. Ever since he had that save, he's been up at the front. Now he's trying to catch Lyndon Wright and Dillon Poteet. Now these two ran together back at Pocono, and Poteet had the better car. But Wright, he's trying to turn that back around. Now here comes Cody Llamas on the inside of Shawn Henley for 2nd place. But both of these guys, they need to try to work together if they want to catch that 13. Let's ride on board with Cody Llamas. Cody Llamas, who just signed up for the truck series, driving for Hendrick Motorsports in the 48 truck. He would love to try to get some momentum for the 2nd truck race, which is going to take place at Martinsville. But right now he has to catch Ian Dutta to do it. But oh boy, they're about to catch up to some lap traffic. Oh boy, Ian Dutta's going to have some company. And oh boy, Ian Dutta, he's stuck behind Angel Navarro. And oh boy, that's going to mess up his lead. And oh boy, Shawn Henley passes him. That's going to give the lead over to the 5 car. But now they're being held up by the 66. And oh boy, now Cody Llamas, he's being held up by the slow 10 car. Oh, that is not what Cody needed. Now he and Charles Jackson are being held up by the slow Angel Navarro. And oh boy, I don't think Cody's going to be too happy with that 10 car. Headed back up to the front. It's still all about Shawn Henley, but now here comes Dillon Poteet now. Shawn Henley and Dillon Poteet, they're battling out for the lead, but now here comes Cole Dalley now. Cole Dalley, he's trying to pull a crossover move. Now he's trying to go to the inside of the 4 car. They're making it 3 wide. And oh man, just look at this sandwich back here. It's 3 wide for 1st and 2nd. Well, it was, but oh boy. And oh man, now Ian Dutta, he's in the wall. Oh boy, Ian Dutta is in the wall, and that's going to make him lose a lot of speed. Oh boy, Seth Cole, he almost got hit by the 27, but Ian Dutta, oh man, he just lost a ton of spots. He just lost about 7 spots right there. But heading back to the front, and oh boy, now Shawn Henley, he's in the wall. Oh man, now Henley's in the wall in the 5 car. That's gonna make him get behind. And oh boy, that caught up to James Qualls. And oh boy, more cars in the wall. Now Salpietro's in the wall. And oh boy, Poteet, he's coming in pit road. The lead pack is coming in for pit stop. And oh boy, we had a spin out of turn 4. Is the caution out? No, it's not. We had a spin somewhere. And oh boy, they're spinning in the back. Now the caution's out. Skye Commons, he just spun out in the back. But oh boy, that's gonna hurt these guys that just came down pit road. But they better hurry up and get out of there. But I have no idea who the leader is going to be. It may be Cole Dalley. But oh boy, these guys better hurry up and get out of pit road. Cole Dalley is the race leader. And oh boy, I think these guys are going to get caught a lap down. Wright, Henley, Dutta, Poteet. Oh man, that is not what they needed at all. That is not what they needed at all. As Cole Dalley is the race leader, we had 2 spin outs. One didn't bring out the caution, but the spin out by the 66 did. There he is. We're gonna have to take a look and see what happened there. Now here's the little spin that did not bring out the caution. Michael Norman came up onto Marco Salpietro while he was scraping the wall, and then the 3 car just slides, but then another tap from the 41 straightens out the 3 car, so that wasn't enough to bring out a caution. But on the same lap, something happened to Skye Commons in the 66, which I'm trying to find. Where is he? There he is. Right now he's getting behind the 10 car, and I think he tried to come up and try to pass him, but he came up onto the 09 of Kyle Sosnoski, and then both of them, they get up into the wall, and the 66 just spins out right in front of the 09, and that was enough to bring out the caution because he actually fully spun around. So a little 2-car accident between the 09 and the 66, that was enough to bring out our 3rd caution. But the guys who came down pit road, that's really going to hurt them because I think they just came up a lap down. We are back at Chicagoland, and like I said, pit stops have definitely screwed up this field after that caution. Cole Dalley is the race leader. Ian Dutta, Adam Akers, Kyle Matthews, Shawn Henley, Lyndon Wright, and Dillon Poteet are at the tail end of the lead lap. But Anthony McCrury, James Qualls, Angel Navarro, and Skye Commons are a lap down. But yeah, Cole Dalley is our race leader. 2nd is R Kris Wascher. 3rd is Shawn Harple. 4th is Seth Cole. 5th is Charles Jackson. 6th is Marco Salpietro. 7th is R Pichu London. 8th, Cody Llamas. 9th, Johnny Gardner. And running out the top 10 is Michael Norman. And then 11th is Kyle Sosnoski. Poteet is 12th. Lyndon Wright is 13th. Shawn Henley is 14th. And the top 15 is Kyle Matthews. But what is going to happen here, I do not know. But we're going to have to pay attention to these slow cars and these cars that are at the tail end of the lead lap. And the green flag is back out. And Cole Dalley, I don't know what in the world he's doing. He almost got held up by the slow 10 car. You know, man, he's in the wall. Oh boy, I don't know if these guys have gotten around him or what, but these guys really need a quick caution because Cole Dalley, he's still the race leader, I think. At least I hope he is. But these guys up here, they really need a quick caution to get back in this race. There's still time to get another caution. But I don't know if anyone got out in front of Cole Dalley, but we're about to find out. I think he's still the race leader. Yes, he is indeed. He's still the race leader. And now we're having another battle for second between Cody Llamas and Marco Salpietro. But now here comes Michael Norman, who nearly wrecked in that last caution. He would love to get his first win in the black number 3. But these guys up here, Ryan Acosta, Shawn Henley, and others, they really need a caution. If they really want to get back in this race, they need a caution like badly. But Cole Dalley, he's catching them. And remember, if Dalley does pass him, then they're going to go a lap down. And he's about to put Kyle Matthews a lap down. Right now, this is the 18's race to lose. And it looks like that Kyle Matthews and Ryan Acosta are going to be the first victims to be put a lap down by the 18. He's making it 3 wide with him. Marco Salpietro, he's hanging on to second place. But oh boy, I don't know if any of these cars are going to be a factor for this. I'm not sure. But the 52 and the 60 just went a lap down. Marco Salpietro, Cody Llamas, they're still trying to fight for second place. And Michael Norman, don't count him out yet. Next time out, we're going to have 10 to go. This is still anybody's race if we can get a quick caution. But right now, Cole Dalley, he's about to catch Adam Akers and Ian Dutta. Cole Dalley not going to the inside of the 32 to try to put him a lap down. And oh man, right now he has no competition. Cody Llamas just broke away in second place. I bet Cody, he would hate to get yet another second place finish in the ARCA series. But Dalley right now, he just put the 32 a lap down. And I think but the thing is, these cars in the front, they did come down pit road, but the guys back here, they came down a lap later. So I don't know if they're going to be going to pit stop. And man, Cole Dalley's on the wall. He's on the wall. Oh, that's going to make him slow down. That's going to give the lead over to Cody in the 90. And oh man, that is not what the 18 needed at all. Whoa, he just dropped from first to, I believe, fourth now. Heading back up here, it's all about Cody Llamas right now. And he just put Anthony McCrury and Dillon Poteet a lap down. Oh boy, now Cody Llamas, he's in charge. Cody Llamas hasn't won a single race in my league since the season 2 race at Homestead. And oh boy, Kyle Matthews, he just spun out, and the caution's out. The caution is out, and Ian Dutta, oh man, he is not a lap down, but I can't say the same for Dillon Poteet and Anthony McCrury. Cody will lead them under the yellow flag, and that is good news for Ian Dutta, Lyndon Wright, and Shawn Henley. They stay alive on the lead lap, but Poteet and McCrury, along with Acosta, their chances of winning this race are now officially over. But oh man, the 52 spins out in the back straightaway, but I don't know who he came in contact with. He crossed the line in the 18th position. But oh boy, these guys needed a quick caution, but unfortunately it didn't come quick enough. But now the question is, are these guys going to be able to make it on fuel, or is anyone going to risk it and stay out and come down pit road? Well, no one's coming in. No one's making an indication for pit road at the moment. No, I think everyone's staying out. Cody Llamas, he's still the race leader, but let's see what happened to Kyle Matthews in the 52. Well, here's how they brought out our fourth caution. Apparently, Kyle Matthews, Ryan Acosta, and Cole Dalley were just racing 3 wide, and then the 60 just came up onto the 52 with the help of the 18, and then that just sends the 52 around. He nearly gets flipped over, but a second hit by the 18 actually straightens him up. But unfortunately, that was enough to bring out the fourth caution flag. As you can see, he didn't fully spin out. That second hit from that second hit from Cole Dalley actually straightened the 52 back up, but that was enough to bring out the caution. But now the question is, are we gonna get a green-white checker or a one-lap shootout or what? I don't know. We're gonna have to stay tuned and see. Well, here we are back at Chicagoland. We're not gonna get a green-white checker, but we're gonna get a 3-lap shootout, so that's just as good, right? Well, anyway, this is Cody Llamas' race to lose. He's the race leader. Second is Marco Salpietro. Third is Michael Norman. Fourth now is Cole Dalley. Fifth is Shawn Harple. Sixth is Pichu London. Seventh is R Kris Wascher. Eighth, Charles Jackson. Ninth, Seth Cole. Rounding out the top 10 is Jonny Gardner. The rest of the top 15 are, are Kyle Sosnoski, Shawn Henley, Lyndon Wright, Ian Dutta, and Adam Akers up here. So what's gonna happen here? We got 3 laps to sell this. This is pretty much a 3-car race at this point, and Cody Llamas, he has taken off. He bet I really hope none of these cars hit the wall, or we don't have another caution. And look at Michael Norman, he's already trying to pull a crossover move to get around the 41. But these two are going to have to work together to catch that 90 car, because that 90 car is checked out. Or trying to. Michael Norman's trying to chase it down. Neither Cody Llamas or Michael Norman have won yet this season in the ARCA series. So this pretty much is still a 3-car race if Salpietro can get back up here. But now we have 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go, and we're still under green. I really hope that this race will end under green. But Salpietro, he's trying to get back in it. We're going to have a first-time winner here. Will it be the 90, the 3, or the 41? I don't know. But oh boy, Michael Norman, he's looking to make a move under the 90 car. Michael Norman trying to make his move under Cody Llamas. But Cody Llamas, he's trying to fight hard on that outside line. We're coming to the white flag. Cody Llamas had a real fast outside run there, but now it's up to the 3 and the 41 if they can catch that 90 car. I don't know if they can though. Cody Llamas only has half a lap to go. Can he do it? Michael Norman hanging on to second place, but Salpietro, he's trying to look underneath him, but it may be too little too late for the both of them. Heading out of turn 4 for the final time. Cody Llamas, he'll finally do it as he will take round 11. Cody Llamas wins round number 11 here at Chicagoland, and he captures his very first ARCA Series victory of the season. A handful of second place finishes, and Cody Llamas, he is back in victory lane once again. Michael Norman, he's going to have to settle for second place, and he couldn't get back down to pit road, but there is our winner right there in the 90, Cody Llamas. He wins round number 11, and that'll actually help him out in the points, because right now he's currently 8th. He's tied with Ian Dutta, so that'll really help him out to try to catch Kris Wascher. Go ahead and export this. ARCA round 11, Chicagoland. And this race is in the books. Cody Llamas comes out on top here. One of the few veterans in this field. Michael Norman and Salpietro couldn't work together to catch him. Salpietro ends up with 3rd. Shawn Harple ends up with 4th place, and Charles Jackson rounds out the top 5. That's a good run that he desperately needed. Points leader Kris Wascher ends up with yet another top 10 finish. If he keeps racking up top 10s like that for the next few weeks, he may be our champion. I don't know, but it's still too soon to tell. Seth Cole ends up 7th. Cole Dalley, a dominated performance by the 18, but unfortunately, he couldn't get it done, but he still gets a nice top 10. Pichu London ends up 9th, and Ian Dutta rounds out with a top 10. Shawn Henley, Kyle Sosnoski, and Lyndon Wright were the last cars running on the lead lap. Jonny Gardner, despite him having to pit at the beginning of the race and starting all the way in the back, he ends up with a top 15. Now, Dillon Poteet, even though it says he's retired, he just came down pit road, but he still gets a top 15. Ryan Acosta, Adam Akers, Kyle Matthews, Angel Navarro, and Skye Commons, that's the top 20, and they were a lap down. Let's see, Anthony McCrury and James Qualls, they were both 2 laps down. And from 23rd on down to 32nd, we all know what happened to these guys. Levi McIntire, John Trollston, Ty Naughton, Chris Kyle, Tim Fiegel, Nick Pericles, Andreas Allen, Noah Boggs, Dillon Young, and Joshua Mudd. That is the field. But I can tell you one guy who's going to be super happy about his victory today, Cody Llamas in the 90 car. That'll definitely help him out to try to chase down that championship. But the season, it's not over yet until we see that checker flag wave at Zinjoltis. But what will we see next week for round number 12? You're going to have to stay tuned to find out. The next races to be uploaded are the Trucks race at Martinsville and the Second Cup race at New Hampshire. So stay tuned for that, race fans. Congratulations one last time to Cody Llamas for taking round number 11 at Chicagoland. And we'll see you next time. This has been a production of NNSCRA, offline racing at its best.